Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's check. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing. Cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan, pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the call. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast and we poppin', let's go.
Yo, what's good, fam? What's popping with y'all? What's good, everybody? It's your boys, Rashad and Dave, and we decided to come up here real quick. We only got about 20 minutes to get it cracking because we have our interview lined up with Panther legend Steve Berline. So Dave said, let's go ahead and go live and talk about these coordinated interviews since we didn't get a chance to talk about it last night. And if we can get to it, we'll talk about Rock Hill as well and South Cat. But Dave, let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and jump right into this, man, because we don't have time to waste. Coordinator interviews. Go ahead.
I only saw one of them. I saw the one that everybody's talking about. And this shirt describes. I should have found my shirt that says I was right. My man out here giving up all the cards, yo. He said he had 5 spades and all the aces. He straight up said, I got 7 books and this is where they at. McAdoo's wild, bro. That's an example. That's an example of why he's no longer a head coach. He gave the game up. I knew it.
I mean,
but he
So Dave, what are you saying? What does that mean? Just to give everybody context, Ben McAdoo said
basically, McAdoo said Sam Darnold is our starting quarterback. And then a minute and a half after he said that, he said, I probably shouldn't have said that. I got to learn how to talk to you guys. Bro, you were a head coach in the NFL. You didn't know how to talk to the media? Are you serious?
Actually, he was doing a fine job. He made a couple mistakes. He was doing an excellent job. He made a couple mistakes. Mistake number 1, and again, we all know that Sam Darnold is the quarterback. He's the guy on the roster. Yes, he is the starting quarterback technically because there's nobody else there. So yes, he didn't technically say nothing wrong, but when you get into these draft scenarios, you got the draft coming up. You can't say anything really to kind of play your hand because people can use that against you. So you gotta play your cards and hold your cards tight. You gotta keep the poker face. But I'm not, Dave, I didn't look into it that deep as you did. He just said what he said because what he said is fact. That right now, he is the starting quarterback. But Dave has a theory, and that goes in line with Dave's theory. In regards to Sam being the quarterback for the entire year, and he's been getting the ride. So, am I right or wrong? Was that what you're saying?
That's accurate. Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, my fault.
No, shout out D'Angelo the Legend for the super chat, man. We appreciate it because all our proceeds is going to March of Dimes.
Facts. Facts.
So we appreciate the super chat.
So D'Angelo the Legend says, "Yo, I ran to CJ Stroud in the mall today, and he said he would love to get drafted by us next year. Us, meaning the Panthers. Just to let y'all know. Yeah, I'd like to know what mall you talking about, fam. Like where at? Was you up in Ohio? Where you at? You in Charlotte? Was he in Charlotte? He from Charlotte?
He said the mall Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, he dropped.
Okay, my bad. I just saw it. Okay, fire. That's dope.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. But yeah, man. So back to these interviews. Just a good little nugget. I'm I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to say I don't want to go to the Panthers. I don't think he would have said that. But hey, it is what it is. So shout out to CJ Stroud, man. But going back to these coordinator interviews, Ben McAdoo, and Dave, we talked about how he said Sam Darnold is the starter. Technically, yes, because we don't have another option. So he is the starter.
We got PJ Walker.
Well, Dave, he was the starter over PJ Walker last year.
I'm joking, dude. I get it.
But that wasn't the thing that wasn't the thing that made me the most mad, Dave. No.
What made,
Sam.
Let me be clear. I wasn't mad when he said what I already knew. I just felt vindicated. I wasn't mad because that's how I felt yesterday. We out here talking about these quarterback options when we know Sam's about to be trotting out here week 1.
Yes. So the thing I was most perturbed by was the fact he was doing a great job, man. Great interview up until the point he said, "I believe in the brand." Oh, goodness gracious! When he said that, I about threw up in my mouth, dog. Like that, like
you don't believe
this
in the
whole brand thing. No, dog. This whole brand thing is trash. Okay, that's the worst concept. It's stupid. The whole thing is all over the stadium with the brand. We didn't talk about this yesterday. We might have quickly touched it, but yo, like, come on, man. Like this, we talking to grown ass men. We don't need to talk about the brand. Like this college level stuff. The brand, DBO, it's all the same thing. It falls in line. I'm not buying what he's selling. Yeah. And he got all his coordinators drinking the brand Kool-Aid, and he said it like 6 or 7 times. Like I'm not a fan of that. And I don't like the whole brand thing.
Wait a minute. That made you angrier?
It did.
That made you angrier than him saying that the reason why he came to become offensive coordinator was because of Sam Darnold?
No.
That made you angrier than that?
He said other things though. He did say that.
You know what?
He did say that.
He did say that. He absolutely said that. Yeah, he said he got in. He said he got in at the right time.
But Dave, what else? Yeah, he got it. He could have said that I got in at the right time because I know everybody else is about to get fired and I'm about to get an interim head coaching job too, because that could be the right time as well. I mean, if you looking past the surface, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know, but he did say that. He said because they asked him. Shout out, I think it was Joe Person. Might have been Joe Person because he's the one that asked all the tough questions anyway. But they brought up how he was grading the quarterbacks, and he mentioned how Sam Darnold was a good quarterback, but he I forgot what his exact words was, but he didn't think he wasn't the guy. And so it was a great question, great post question. But what else was he supposed to say, Dave?
He's going to say he appreciate the opportunity to be the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. He didn't have to say nothing about the brand. He ain't had to say that Sam Darnold was going to be the starting quarterback.
He didn't have to say nothing about the brand. He didn't have to say nothing about the brand. The interview was going perfectly fine up until he said that thing.
Dog. I think when he said that Sam's the starter and then said that I shouldn't have said that, like if he would have just said Sam's the starter and didn't bring it back up after that point, he would have been fine. But when you come back and you admit, yo, I shouldn't have said that to you guys, that's wild to me. Like, that is wild to me, Rashad. It's just wild to me. It goes to show you what I've been saying all along. We're not good at this bluff shit at all, bro. We're just not good at it. We're not good at it. The brand, I mean, don't worry. It won't be much of a brand come 2023. We have to come up with another term.
I'm not sure. No, just to answer this question.
How about the change?
How about the what?
The change. The transition.
Yeah. This is like trust the process to me. It's no different than that. There's no different than trust the process. It's worse than trust the process. But no, I don't think it came from Tepper. No, I think that is a Matt Rule, just like DBO didn't come from Tepper. That's a Matt Rule rah thing. The brand. That's definitely Matt Rule. Shout out to SC Bass. He said I shouldn't have come back.
Nothing wrong with saying Sam is the starter. I shouldn't have backtracked. Nothing wrong saying with Sam. Yeah, he should. I agree. Like he didn't have to backtrack, bro.
He shouldn't have backtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't have backtracked. He should have just said Sam's the starter. He could have been done with that, and then nobody would have been mad. But when he said Sam's the starter, I shouldn't have told y'all that. That's wild. So did you watch the Phil
But
Snow interview?
I did watch the Phil. I got notes from the Phil Snow interview because I didn't hear it live, so I had to go back and watch it. But the Phil Snow interview was interesting because I think Phil Snow gives the best interviews because he's always honest. Like he tells, there's no cap in what he says. He's not a capologist, Dave. He says that he tells the truth. He tells what it is, and he says, he says believable things, right? So a couple things. He said Jeremy Chin came up, and Jeremy Chin is locked in at safety, right? There's no moving him to linebacker. He pretty much confirmed that he is locked in at safety, and that's part and due to what Steve Wilks said. Steve Wilks said, I think he can be an all-pro safety, so put him at safety, and that's where he's going to play. So when you talk about, we need another safety because Jeremy Chin is going to move down the linebacker, that's not what Phil Snow said. He is locked in at safety. But he also said, Dave, that we need another safety. He said we needed another safety to add to the room, even though we got Xavier Woods. He said we need another safety for depth, and he mentioned a couple of things. Let me go through this. I'll go in chronological order as I listen to the interview. One thing, he went through all of the free agents that we acquired for defense and did not mention Damian Wilson, the guy who got arrested for assaulting his girlfriend or whatever. He did not mention him, but Damian Wilson did come up later, and they did say that he said that I don't have any information. It's up to the personnel guys like Scott Fitterer and company. So again, it was a real answer. I believe what he said. Yeah, but pretty much he didn't mention him, so you know what that means. He mentioned everybody too, even dudes that I didn't even make a highlight video for. He mentioned everybody, like Ioannidis, all of them. So. He also mentioned, again, I said earlier, like he said, gaps on the defense that we maybe need to address in the draft. And we got this running joke that Phil Snow runs the draft because we always draft.
He's about to take Cal Hamilton with the 6th pick.
So
he's about to take Cal Hamilton with the 6th pick.
So, Dave, so what he said, so what he said was safety, linebacker, and a guy up front. He said we need a guy at every level, another guy at every level. So Kyle Hamilton should be off the table. Jordan Davis should be off the table.
He probably gonna be there at 6.
I'm just saying. That's what he said. But that's a running joke that everybody talks about, that Phil Snow pretty much gets what he wants in the draft. And so come pick 6, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if we pick Kyle Hamilton or Jordan Davis at 6 because he always gets his guy.
What do you think we need? Safety. What do you think we need? Safety. What about offensive line? Safety. Yeah. Kyle Hamilton but all jokes aside, he might be the best player in the draft. All jokes aside, he might be the best player in the draft, man. Yeah.
So again, he could be. He said we're gonna look to get all those guys. He did also say that the Panthers are going to be more creative on defense with the loss of Hassan Reddick. Again, like I told y'all, you can't just easily replace 12 sacks. It's not happening. So he mentioned about 7 guys that they're going to rotate in and out to try to replace Hassan Reddick. Luvu, he mentioned Marquise Haynes. He mentioned Corey Littleton coming off the edge. He mentioned a lot of guys. He mentioned, Chin coming down off the edge. So he mentioned a lot of guys that will try and fulfill that need. He also mentioned that the guys are going to rotate in on defense a lot. So he said that we're going to put in a lot of different guys and essentially play matchups. He said that, don't look for a traditional CB1, CB2. They're going to play the matchups. That's why they got the Westery kid from the Ravens, big 6'4" guy that can run. They're going to look for him to match up with different guys. So he mentioned that that was definitely a good look for him saying that, because I agree. Sometimes we get caught up too much in who's starting, and it really doesn't matter. I'm looking at who gets the most snaps. And that is pretty much what I got from Phil Snow.
Yeah, I didn't have time to watch Phil Snow. I was too busy laughing at the Ben McAdoo one, man. I never got around to it. Where's the pass rush?
That's what y'all gonna be saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what y'all gonna be saying.
Pass rush.
But he said he liked Hassan. Obviously, he goes back to Temple with Hassan, so they got a bit of a history, and he said he was proud of him. So, it was a good set of interviews. It's good here from McAdoo. All jokes aside, what he said, man, with the whole brand and all that crap, it was a good interview. I was impressed with everything he said. He pretty much said, "Yo, we got a system, but we're gonna tailor the system to what we got." He didn't mention.
What else he said? They asked him about his evaluation of Sam Darnold. And he talked about how he still thinks he has magic. So that kind of led into him saying that he was going to be the starter. They asked him about Baker, but he refused to answer about Baker because it was a player that was on the roster. But he said that he still feels like Sam's got a lot in him, and he feels like he can make it work with Sam. So I know in the past we've had those talks about saying that, he wasn't that high on Sam, but sounds like he's willing to work with the kid, man. I mean,
yeah, I forgot about this.
Oh yeah,
we're supposed to be doing that. Shout out to 89J Stubbs for the Superman chat. Shout out to him, bro. Shout out to 89J Stubbs. I forgot about that joint, man. Yo, y'all boys don't forget nothing. But yeah, man,
that's Superman chat.
Yeah, so shout out to Big Low, man.
We got 3 minutes before we got to get this interview popping.
We do have 3 minutes.
Let's quickly talk about this Rock Hill situation, because let me tell you something, bro. I don't understand why the hell South Carolina thought it was a good idea to mess around with a billionaire, the richest owner in the NFL, one of the 10 richest owners of any sports league. I don't understand for the life of me that Rock Hill in that bumpkin city was out here with them politicians out here thinking it was a good idea to call the bluff on a guy that's worth more than your city. And now they pants are hanging off their behind because now they got a freaking exit off their highway that they're gonna have to figure out on themselves. Because Tepper's like, yo, you didn't do your end of the deal. I'm out. Deuces.
Yo, somebody said they're gonna turn that into the largest fireworks store in South Carolina. Yo, I was dying. Yo.
Somebody had it down as an elevation church.
Yo, it did. Pat retweeted it. I think he retweeted something about it being a Halloween store, one of them seasonal stores. Yo, I was dying, man. Y'all boys be coming with the jokes, man. Shout out to y'all, man. But yeah, man, it is what it is. I mean,
but
Tepper can build his own little headquarters. He tried to reach out to South Carolina.
You know what $175 million is? Ever since Tepper bought the Panthers, he's already made another $800 million. The value of the franchise has gone up. He's been mediocre all this time since he's taken over that franchise. And the franchise is worth $800 million more. $175 million to David Tepper is a drop in a bucket. He makes that in a day. He just got to head some companies. Shut him down. Shut him down.
FYI, we got more time. Steve just texted me and said 8:45. So we got time.
All right. So we can keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, let's keep
rolling.
Good.
Let's keep rolling. I mean,
But yeah, man, we got bonus time. So with the Rock Hill facility, man. So where do you think they go? You think they're gonna build it because I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like I was saying, Tepper don't need that money from them. Like he could build this thing on his own if he wanted to.
He could.
And he extended it's not. I agree with you.
He's a man of principle.
No, and I agree with you. You don't become a billionaire by spending your own money. You use other people's money. So it makes 1,000% sense. So my question is, where do you think they go to get other people's money? Do you think they're going to go somewhere in North Carolina or somewhere else in South Carolina? Yep. Or how you think that's good?
I don't think. Listen, man. We always used to talk about the 2 states, 1 team, and there's one thing he said when he first bought the team: 2 states, 1 team. Bro, this joint about to be 1 state, 1 team. This shit's about to turn into Charlotte.
If he really wants to be petty, he could turn. If he wants to be super petty, he could turn it into the Charlotte Panthers, dog. That would be super petty. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I know you are. You little North Carolina.
I'm here for. I've been saying it. Yo, I've been saying it, dog. I don't know if you probably knew about this or not, but because you were on vacation when all this was happening. But shout out to Big Cat, man. He interviewed. Yeah, I saw the interview. I didn't see the interview. I didn't see the interview, but I saw that he got the interview.
Yeah, I
shout out to him,
listened
man.
to the interview.
That's dope.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Cat for putting in that work. No question about it. Look, I give credit where credit is due. I know you guys think there's something going on, but it's not. It's all love. But the bottom line is this: he got that interview with that politician, and they got talking about gentrification. They got talking about other things, about the concerns about people getting moved out. His first name I believe was Brandon. He was saying that he thought that Tepper was going to come back to the table, and he would be furious if he didn't come back to the table. So I guess he's furious now. And Big Cat tried to warn him too. Yeah, Big Cat was like, "Yo, I guess you don't know who Tepper is. Like he's been silent on the Panthers fan base for all year. Like, so don't expect him to just walk back to the table. He walked back to the table with a letter saying that we're done here, moving on to bigger and better things."
Yeah. Hey, listen, sometimes when you a billionaire like that, you can't just be folding to folks' demands like that. Like you gotta show them what's up. So shout out to Tep. I mean, I listen. I think he knew good and well that he was getting into business with a county or city that doesn't do good business. Everything that I've said, or excuse me, everything that I've researched on Rock Hill, South Carolina, they don't do good business. Historically, they've done bad business. And so I think he knew that. And I think Tepper is a smart enough man to prepare himself for this. I think he walked into it prepared for it. And I think walking away was something he's prepared for. Just my opinion. You got some people calling him out saying, "Oh, you doing bad business." Because I've done it. I kind of called him out on it and say, "Yo, you should have been prepared for that." But I think maybe he was. Maybe this was his plan all along. And hey, because you know what Tep can say? Tep can say, "Yo, I tried." He can throw his hands up and say, "Yo, I tried. I got $175 million proof up here in an unfinished building that I tried to reach across the state line and do something for the Carolina Panthers in Rock Hill. And, it did work out because of them, not me. I tried." So I don't know.
When the Panthers first was established, there was talks of potentially building a stadium in South Carolina. But of course, once again, the politicians got in the way. They got in the way. Because they were talking about playing potentially in Columbia. They talked about potentially playing in Clemson, in Death Valley. But they got in their own way. They ended up playing in Death Valley for the inaugural season while they were building a stadium in Charlotte. But they got in their own way. Like Tep was not going to waste their time with this. And South Carolina politics are different, guys. I always say it. There ain't no wackier politics than South Carolina politics, guys. We have the legendary Alvin Green. And if you don't know who Alvin Green is, Google him. Thank me later. South Carolina politics are different, bro. And you just saw it. Like, they literally tried to blame all this on Tepper. When Tepper was like, "Bro, you didn't do your end of the deal." And Tepper could sue. Tepper could sue and buy out the city.
I think he will. I don't know about buying out the city, but I think he will sue.
He gonna sue.
Again, none of us have access to the contract, so we don't know what it looks like. But if it was me, I would. So Todd, oh, my fault. I didn't go. Let me go back and read SC Bass joint. He says Rock Hill dumb for dropping the ball on this. That would have boosted their economy. It would have. And I think there was talks about them using that as an event center for other events for the city. Mm-hmm. So they and all the philanthropy work that he does, I'm sure they would have gotten more out of the deal than just that facility. There would have been more coming from Rock Hill's way. Sometimes we get, and this is just a flaw for everybody. Some people don't have the foresight to kind of see what could come, the possibilities, right? They just see, oh, we got this big bill in front of us right now, but you're not seeing what you could recoup later down the road. And so maybe they just got caught slipping. I don't know. Ty the Goldfish says 2 things. Eastland Mall location still vacant in Charlotte. That is true. And they still own. Didn't they buy that? I thought the Panthers bought it or they were looking at it. And then 2, he says new name Queen City Panthers. I like QCP. I'm down with that. I thought David Tepper bought the Eastland Mall. And they were going, or did they?
They've been buying some land.
I thought they were going to and turn that into the Charlotte FC headquarters. That's what I thought they were doing with Eastland Mall. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to spread fake news, but I had thought they bought it already and we're going to turn that into Charlotte FC headquarters. So I'm not sure. Yeah, this is what I thought. Yeah, same thing. But I thought he already bought it.
Yo, what if he moves the headquarters to Greensboro, bro? You know how lit
That
that
would
would
be
be?
lit. That would be super lit. But I don't know where they're gonna put it in Greensboro, man.
They should
Greensboro
put it
is a
somewhere.
college city, bro. I don't know if it. They should put it in like RTP.
That's exactly why they should put it there.
They should put it in RTP, man.
That's too far. It's like 2.5 hours.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, Greensboro's about an hour 15. Ain't too far. I mean, I think Greensboro's too far too. But I mean, maybe they could throw it in like Concord or something like that if they want to stay in the area.
I heard a lot about Kannapolis. There were some talks about potentially a new stadium in Kannapolis. Back when the new stadium talks were popping off. Kannapolis is dope, up and coming area. There's lots of land out there. It's right up the street from me, but about 30 minutes outside of Charlotte. So yeah.
Yo, the problem will be traffic, guys. You don't want that shit in Raleigh. But didn't we just talk about traffic?
Speaking of traffic, the funny thing, your funny insider story here. I should be holding this for the Patronis. Insider story. We're waiting on Steve Berline. Steve Berline lives in California, and the reason why he's late is because of traffic, right? And we were talking about. I was talking about LA traffic, how great it was.
We ain't got no traffic. We ain't got no traffic, and I'm like, fam.
Yeah,
I don't know what, man. Maybe you didn't go to LA. Maybe you went to AL.
I was in LA. I got proof, dog. I was in LA. You seen
the Angeles Los?
Nah, dog. I was in that, dog. I was in that thing, dog.
I'm just saying, bro. I didn't think no traffic was a thing you could say at the same time when you in California.
No, it was no traffic when I was there. But maybe, listen, like I said, maybe I got lucky. But the reason why we're waiting on Steve Berline right now is because of traffic. So it's all good. No big deal.
Yeah, it's all good.
We just chilling, man. I told him it's all good, man. Take your time, man. We thankful, and the Patronis will thank you. I got some bomb questions, dog. I got some bomb questions. Y'all got any questions for Steve?
Drop them in the chat if y'all got questions for Steve. I got a pretty dope question.
Hold it, Dave. Don't tell it.
No, I'm holding it.
Don't tell it.
I'm not going to tell it.
I'm just joking.
I'm not going to tell it.
But yeah, man. Yeah, we got Steve Berline coming up, the Panther legend. Yes, he is a Panther legend. If y'all don't know, mid to late 90s, he had a fantastic year with the Panthers. One of the most prolific seasons in Panther history. If you want to put him, you could put that season right up there with Cam Newton's MVP season, dog. Because listen, he probably would have
passing yards.
He probably would have threw for 6,000 yards with the way the league is now. Yeah, he probably would have threw for 6,000 yards that year. But yeah, y'all tripping. If y'all got to go back and check out Steve, bro. He was balling.
I better look him up.
But yeah, man. Any more thoughts on these coordinator interviews? Anything else? This is funny.
Well, I gotta watch Phil Snow.
This is funny, dog. This is funny.
Stop.
That's funny. I'm not gonna do it, but that is funny. That is funny. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Man, Pusha T got an album coming out Friday, man.
He does. It's gonna be fire too. Yeah. All Pusha T dudes drop heat.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of good albums coming out. And I think this one's half Kanye, half Pharrell. 6 songs by Kanye, 6 songs by Pharrell.
That neck and wrist beat is fire, bro.
I haven't heard the single yet. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard
that neck and wrist beat is flames.
I purposely am waiting until Friday to hear a single track from that record, and I'm just gonna enjoy it on my way to work on Friday.
That's funny. What y'all want me to ask about Kerry? Like, when did he pick up his habit? Like, what y'all want me to ask?
Come on, man. We ain't gonna do that because it ain't about Kerry Collins.
Maybe
we can try to go get Kerry Collins. It's not about Kerry Collins.
Big pause on this, but I will slide it in there. Pause, okay? Pause. But yeah, man. So anything else, Dave, that we gotta talk about?
All right. We didn't talk about my man out here about to get cut.
My man Wilson, Damian Wilson, who is allegedly again, we don't know the details, but allegedly he is arrested after threatening to kill his ex-girlfriend Apparently, he broke her. She said he broke her laptop after slamming it to the ground, and he tried to run it over with a vehicle. And then before he drove away, he also allegedly choked a friend that was with her at the time of it. Again, all alleged. We ain't TMZ. This ain't TMPMP. But it's out there. It's out there in these streets. Any thoughts? We always catch one with some I think we've had the most dudes getting arrested. I think this is a record. 3 guys they've gotten arrested.
This is the brand, bro. This is the brand.
The brand? That's the brand?
This is the brand. It's looking like it's becoming the brand, bro. We out here. We went from having one of the poor. I don't want to call it. You can't call a rich guy poor, but one of the not so rich owners to having the richest owner, and we out here being thug life up in here, man.
Yeah, we got
crazy.
Dave, real talk. Honestly, have we ever had a span where we've had 3 guys arrested? You talking about Ian Thomas, Shy Smith, and now Damian Wilson. 3 guys have been arrested. So again, not the severity. They're not equal, right? But
no, they're
Ian
not.
Thomas
but it's still all happening at one. Typically, we'll just have like a onesie twosie.
Yo, chill, man. Yo, chill, dog. Real quick, the Superman.
Don't call them Carolina now. Look, we already left one of the Carolinas. It's one state, one team. You need to call them the Charlotte Convicts. You out here doing that.
Travis said, "What Snow be chewing on during that interview?" I don't know, bro, but he definitely be on something. You can hear it. The crime time. Brand is crime time. Shout out to Austin, man.
Yo,
shout out to Austin. That's funny. If you know, you know, man.
Brooklyn.
Yo. Look at this. Look at what we doing, Dave. Taking bets over the over under. If one more gets arrested. Look at what we doing, man. Look at what we doing.
Push. I think there might be a push. It might be one more.
The Gridiron Gang. Yo, fam, y'all gotta chill, man. Y'all gotta chill, dog.
Oh
man.
No.
Yo, gang. Look at what we doing. Look at what we look at what we turned into, Dave. The brand at work.
I mean, look, man, this is what happens. You out here talking about the brand. Maybe you should be saying keep pounding.
Yo, man, y'all gotta chill, man. All right, this is too far. As long as y'all, that's too. If you know, you know. Some of y'all ain't old enough, but if you know, you know. That's funny. Charlotte Raiders, y'all boys, man. Y'all boys, hilarious.
Appreciate the K-Dot love for the shirt, man. 5-year anniversary album coming out in a couple weeks. So, it's. I can't believe.
Yeah, man. I mean.
We got
three cats in situations.
Lives, man.
And listen,
I'm not saying that we were a perfect. Yeah. We're not saying we were a perfect franchise before either. Let me be clear. I mean, we did have Ray Caruth.
We did
have Ray Caruth.
But Dave 3 at one time, and we had Greg Hardy too. Who didn't he didn't get charged, but
no.
And we spoke to Greg Hardy on this podcast.
Yep, another Patreon interview. Really good one too, by the way.
It is a really good one.
Really good one.
Yeah. But all right, Dave, let's go ahead and close this thing out because we have to get ready for our interview with Steve Berline. Shout out to all the Patronis, Patreon members. We will get that up to y'all tonight. So everyone that has MVP and franchise level access, you will get it tonight, and then free agents will get it tomorrow afternoon sometime. All right, so that's how our structure works. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one. The charlatans. That's funny. Yeah, DBO, that's funny too. We beating ourselves for sure. But yeah, man, we live. Chill, man. This said we living up to the Thieves Avenue name. That's funny. Cardiac arrest. All right. That's funny. Cardiac arrest is funny, yo. Fam, that is funny. Let me get off this thing because y'all are, that's hilarious. Cardiac arrest is hilarious.
All right, it's time. You ain't got another text from Steve, did you?
Nah, I ain't got another text yet, but we're gonna get up out of here, man. Hey, listen, shout out to all the Patronis. We'll see y'all later tonight. And if you want to hear the interview, man, join Patreon. Patreon.com/PC. Support independent media. We're the largest independent media for the Carolina Panthers on YouTube. So we appreciate that. But we out. Peace.
Peace, guys.